Hi, it's Dr. Janowski for Sonata Aesthetics. Today I want to talk to you about cellulite, a difficult problem that something like 90% of women have. It has nothing to do with your weight. Thin gals can have it too, athletic people, and there's not a lot that you personally can do about it. So there have been many attempts to treat cellulite over the years, and I think there's nothing that's perfect for it. But there's two aspects to cellulite that we want to address. One is the fibrous bands that are tethering and pulling the skin down, causing the divots. And number two is creating new collagen to create a smooth appearance of the skin. So many of the methods for cellulite involve cutting the fibrous bands one way or another, and some involve adding collagen, usually through heat methods. So what we do is we use Sculptra for cellulite. We can address both of those issues with Sculptra. Remember, Sculptra is a collagen stimulating filler. So just like when we fill the face, if we fill a little divot, a little pocket of cellulite with the Sculptra, those particles will induce collagen formation in that area. Secondly, what I do right before I put the Sculptra in is I undermine the area with a very small needle, and I just do what's called subcision. Subcision cuts those fibrous bands, and I just use a manual technique. Everything is numbed up beforehand, you really don't feel anything. And you can do this repeatedly, just like you use Sculptra for the face and you do several treatments. We typically want to wait about 6 weeks in between treatments, and we can add more. So we're simply trying to fill in those little areas, and it can work quite well if the cellulite areas are mild to moderate. So we'll demonstrate how that works today. Okay, so we've numbed up the areas. You can see I've previously marked out the little divots that we want to fill. And we put in some local anesthesia, so we see a little bit of blanching there. So it really should be pretty much painless at this point. I'm going to use a very fine, what's called no-core needle, to just break up those fibrous bands. So the first thing we'll do is we'll just put this under the skin again. You feel anything?
Nothing.
And we're just going to pass it like this, breaking up the fibers. Bruising is possible, although I'm using a little bit of epinephrine with the lidocaine, so hopefully that will constrict the vessels so we have minimal bruising. And so that was one, and we're just going to go and undermine and subcise each one of these areas. Back and forth, just like that, pretty simple. Just not feeling any of this.
No, nothing.
Nothing, right?
Okay, good.
Okay, so now that we've subcised and undermined the tissue, we're just going to inject a little bit of Sculptra, a little bit of diluted Sculptra, using a little needle just like we would for the face, and we're just going to start pushing that product right into those little divots, and we'll give it some time to start making collagen and filling them in. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to do a little bit at a time here. Good. And again, the patient's not going to feel this, they're already numb. It's just pushing it in there. Super easy. It's not all there is to it. And like I said, this is going to require more than one treatment, but you can do a little bit at a time. You can do as little as one vial at a time if you want. 1 to 2 vials is probably all you need per treatment session, just like you would for a face. One more of these here. So that's pretty much it. That's the whole treatment. You'll see the The white color, that's just the anesthetic. That'll be gone within an hour. Most people won't bruise, but you could have a little bit. And you simply wait about 6 weeks. We reevaluate and we can repeat the process. So that's really all there is to it. That's Sculptra for cellulite. Let us know if you have any other questions about it.